Hello and welcome to Video Revealed. I'm Colin Smith and I am so excited to talk about the brand new color management system in Adobe Premiere Pro. Okay, I've been on the beta for almost a year of working on this as Adobe's added things and changed things. It has been a year. It's incredible. So there's a new color management system. I'll take you through the basics of that and show you a couple of really important features. This is trying to make a system that's a set it and forget it kind of thing. So if you're a typical YouTuber, you can pick one of the 6 presets, leave it, and when you import footage that's raw or log from things like Red cameras, Arri, Sony, Canon, or an iPhone that's HDR, it's going to automatically convert that, normalize that to the format that you chose for your sequence. It's sequence-based instead of project-based. All right, let's go have a look. Okay, so this is my sequence here. I've got a lot of clips, and these clips are Rec 709. So Rec 709 is what most people are going to be using, especially on the web and YouTube and even broadcast. Almost everything is Rec 709, but we can do HDR. Let me show you where you pick those settings. When you make a new, not a new project, a new sequence. Here it's called color management now, it used to be called color. The color setup has 6 choices, including disable color management. So if you're working with log footage and you need to output log and don't touch anything, that's your setting right there. But you can choose Rec 709. These are SDR workflows or HLG and PQ HDR workflows. They're not the same. You don't just pick these willy-nilly. You're going out to HLG or PQ. And below that, there are wide gamut workspaces. Now, these allow you to work in a very wide gamut, even with Rec 709 footage. It won't make Rec 709 footage a higher dynamic range, but it won't clip anything. It won't crunch anything down. All of the effects that you're using, especially Lumetri color, is going to be respectful of that wide gamut range. You also have tone mapping, and that's an important part of converting something. Tone mapping means to move colors or move a dynamic range from one area to another. Like high dynamic range has got to get squished down into Rec 709. Well, Adobe doesn't just have one setting. They have 3, and you can change any of those settings. So I'm going to leave it on Rec 709. I also want you to remember what this looks like, because when I go over here into the Lumetri settings, you'll see it's the same. That means it's not like the old way, where if you wanted to change this, you had to go to the sequence settings, go to color, make a change, click OK, look at it, wrong, go to it's all live now. I also want to show you that there's an advanced for all of these. So if I turn down this advanced and twirl it down, you can see there's a working color space choice. And if I click in here, I've got 4 choices: Rec 709, Rec 2100, HLG and PQ, and ACES CCT. This is not an ACES pipeline, it's an ACES CCT. If I change this color setup here to HLG, you'll see these change. And you'll see the knee change, because this is part of compression between PQ and HDR. And I can turn on this. So I can come in here and make changes down in this section in the advanced, or just use the presets that I've got up here. So in the get it, set it, and forget it kind of way, you're picking Rec 709. I know I'm just going to leave that on and not change it, because I shoot Rec 709 on my, I'm recording on my Ninja V, but I'm recording from a Canon C100, but I record everything at ProRes 422 8-bit, and that's fine for what I do. And then I export out to H.264, high quality, and that's what you're watching right now. Okay, so in the Lumetri settings, Lumetri color settings. So this is where we're editing things, and this is where we're setting things. I want to close everything up here and just show you what you've got. Preferences, project, source clip, sequence, and sequence clip. This is sequence based, so you can change the whole working space of a sequence and output without having to make a whole other sequence, or in the old way, making a whole new project. Change it on the fly. Okay, so in the preferences, there's display color management that I'm using. You turn that on, and extended dynamic range monitoring, and transmit playback if you're going out to another display or a export card. There's the project settings, and this is the important one to turn on if you're using a combination of log and raw footage in your sequences. You can auto detect log and raw. I'll show you an example of that in a second. But basically, it reads the tag of the incoming clip and it sets it, because there are really three things that are going on. First, it's the metadata tags describing the color profile of the media, and then it's the Premiere Pro working color space, which is how the clips are treated when they're in Premiere Pro, and then finally, the export profiles of where you're going to. And that's what we can set up in here. We also have enable color space aware effects, and Lumetri is one of those that are color space aware. There's the source clip. So if I click on a clip, I'm going to click on this clip, and it shows me the source clip input, media source, override, and preserve. So right now, this is using Rec 709. This clip, which I downloaded from ARTLIST stock footage, is recognized as Rec 709. That's what it was uploaded as. If it was shot in something different with a raw camera, I don't see that here because I'm looking at the H.264 uploaded. So this is set as Rec 709. If it's wrong, I can override that and choose any number of these, including the Asus CCT, Apple Log, Arri, Canon, Fuji, Nikon, all the different Recs, 709, 2100, 2020, 601 for old DV footage, Red, Sony, and sRGB. So everything I need to override this. If you don't have your right choice there, you can go and choose an input LUT in here. So everything's covered as far as the input and the recognition of the color space of where this clip is coming in. I imagine Adobe will make that list longer as it goes. Below that is the sequence setting. Remember I said, look in that sequence? I'm just going to show it to you again, just so you can see it. Color management, look at that. It's exactly the same, so you don't have to go into that setting. I can come in here and make changes. So I could choose this. It's not really going to make sense on this clip here, but I could choose it to a different color space for the sequence. I could even go to the wide gamut tone mapped, minimal tone mapped, or no tone mapping. So watch this. I'm going to go to no tone mapping. So I'm still going out as Rec 709, but I'm now in a wide gamut color space. So I can freely work with this clip, and if I bring in other log and raw clips, I've got this big wide color space that I'm working with, but I'm still going out to Rec 709. Very nice. And I have control for all of those same advanced settings that I was showing you before. I'm going to put this back to Rec 709. And then there's also the sequence clip settings. Remember I said there's three things. Well, here we go. Color space input conversion. In and working match. Out, and color space match. So all of these are matching. I'm going to leave that closed up, and I'm really going to work with these two, the source clip and the sequence clip, and see how that works. So let me bring in a red file and drop it on the timeline. And you can see that's a red file that's automatically recognized as a red file. Here's the source clip, and look at that, red log. If we go back to our project setting, if I turn off Color Manage Auto Detect, look at that. So the clip was tagged correctly. Premiere Pro can read it correctly. What happens if the clip isn't tagged correctly? You'll know that right away. Let me show you this. This is supposed to be a Sony FX3 file, also shot in log, and watch what happens. Look at that. It's definitely not correct. And that's why if we go to our source clip, Use Media Color Space, it's incorrectly tagged as Rec 709. So this is another example of a clip that's not the original camera clip. Somewhere along the line, it's been exported out to something different and it's lost the correct information. Well, what I can do is override that and choose the color space that's correct for that color space. The other thing that I want to show you, if I double click on this and open this, let me actually go to my editing working space. And of course, this is a much larger clip. You can see that the clip is correct. Wait a minute, how is that happening? Well, in the little wrench, if we go to Monitor Color Management, it's set to Gang to Active Sequence Color Management. So remember that setting that I used. So if I turn off Auto Detect, you can see it's changing in the sequence and it's changing in the source monitor because the two are ganged up. So a couple of other things, you now get consistent color with dynamic link. So if you're sending a clip from the timeline to After Effects, the color is going to match. The program monitor, the scopes, transmit, media export, output, color space, they all now work in their color management. So they all respect each other, and you can guarantee what you're looking at is what the color space is and the export is going to be. If you open an old project that had color settings, it will respect those old settings and not change anything. You can update them to these new settings or just leave it the way it is. So this is a quick look at what we have at this point. This is really a 1.0 color management system in Premiere Pro, but it's using years and years of color scientists. The people that are working on this come from other companies that had color stuff, if you know what I'm talking about, and color scientists at Adobe. So this has been through the ringer. Like I said, for over a year, I've been on the beta watching this develop. And this is only the beginning of what Adobe has for working with color. I think this is a great first step. It's complete and regular, ready to go right now. And it's got that great set it and forget it for folks like me. Hey, if you're new to Video Revealed and you found this informative, take a moment and subscribe. Till next time, I'm Colin Smith, and it's my job to get into the weeds and show you some of the new cool things like new color management in Adobe Premiere Pro.